According to the question, the company just paid a dividend of 2.57 per share. So they have just paid 2.57 per share. And for the next 2 years, the dividend is expected to grow by 12%. So for the next 2 years, okay, year 1, year 2, they'll be growing by 12%. Okay, so it'll be growing by 12%. Let's put a 12% there, 12%, and this year it's also 12%. So which means in year 1, the dividend is going to become 2.57. Let's multiply it by 1.12. That's growing by 12%. We'll do the same for the next year. So it will be 2.88 multiplied by another 12%. Sorry, 1.12. So this is going to be the dividend for the next 2 years. And then 8% the year after that. So for the next year, 8%. But this is only going to be for year 3. So 8%, 3.22 multiplied by 1.08. That will be the dividend for year 3. And then the dividends are expected to grow at 6.2% indefinitely. 6.2% indefinitely. 6.2% indefinitely. Which means from here onwards, the dividend is going to be growing by 6.2% until infinity. So if you take a note on that, that means from here onwards, you can use the formula, the dividend growth model or the dividend discount model. But it is only, you can only start using that at year 4. So remember the formula for DDM, if you use year 4 dividend, you're going to get the price or the value of the share as at year 3. Because the dividend growth model, they always have 1 year lag. So meaning, if you were to use, we always say that what T0 is equal to D1 divided by the required rate of return minus the growth. Okay, so if you were to use this formula here, remember it's not D1 anymore. Now it's D4. So if it's D4, that means the price will be at year 3. So D4 divided by the required rate of return minus the growth. And the growth is going to be the growth that's going to go indefinitely, which is 6.2%. Meaning, what we'll do is that we get the P3 will be dividend year 4. Okay, let's calculate the dividend year 4 first. 3.48 multiplied by 1.062 because it's growing by 6.2%. So it will be about 3.7. Okay, so meaning when we compute for this particular year, okay, because we get P3. So what we are trying to do is that P3, the price is going to be equal to D4, which is the 3.7, divided by the required rate of return, which is 7.2%, 7.2%, so 0.072 minus the growth rate that is going to going until infinity. So 6.2%, 0.062. Okay, so this will be the price at year 3. All right. So from here onwards, you just have to be careful, because what it means that we are trying to get the present value of all the future dividends. So in other words, the future dividend is going to be year 1, year 2, year 3, because this is year 3 dividend. And from year 4 onwards, this will be the thing about it, as this will be the value of the dividends from year 4 onwards, but the value is at year 3. Therefore, we need to compute the present value for this, for year 1, for year 2, and also for year 3, which is the total of year 3 dividends plus all the future dividends from year 4 onwards. So now we compute the present value by using the required rate of return, which is 7.2%. So you just take that divided by 1.072%, right? To the power of 1. Okay. And then take that, the same thing, 3.22 divided by 1.072 to the power of 2. And the last one, it's this 373.24 divided by 1.072 to the power of 3. And the total of these three will be the so-called the answer to this question, which is 308.46. And that should be the answer. You will see that the answer is slightly different from the choices given because of some rounding, because all this number here is actually not rounded. But anyway, you will know that the answer is about 308.